Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Abdul Jalil. Today we are going to show you how to create 3D rotating logo animation with multiple colors. In our previous lesson, we did some with only one color, and this one too will not require any plugin. So let me show you the videos we are going to be creating, or the 3D logos we are going to create. This is how it will be. You can see you have multiple colors in this Google logo. So let me show you the previous one I'm talking about. This is the previous one with no only one color. So if you are ready, let's jump to After Effects. So the first thing we'll do is create two different composition. We have one here. I created one here. Let me add another one and call it logo. Okay, now let's bring our logo here. Let me bring our logo here. Okay, now this is our logo. Drag the logo to logo composition. Okay, you can see it here. Let's scale it down. Press S on the keyboard and scale it down a bit. Okay, now let's go back to our main composition, which is here, and drop the logo composition. So you have the logo composition in the main composition. Okay, now let's add a background. Right click and go to new solid. You can see it here. You can see it here. So let's call it BJ background. So the color is white. Okay, now drop it under the logo. You can see we have our logo here. Okay, now make the logo 3D and press P on the keyboard to bring your position. So right click on it and go to separate dimension. So we have our separate dimension here. Click away and hold down your Alt and click on the Z. You can see this one, transform Z position. So type in index. So this is what this expression is the one going to make the magic for us. So if you want to do this type of logos, you have to duplicate your logo several times and offset the Z position by 1 pixel. So but in this case, we are not going to do it manually. The index, this expression we entered here, is going to do the magic for us. So now let's add some preset. So if you look here, if you don't have the effect and preset, go to Windows. Up here, Windows, you see effect and preset. So I have it here. You can see it here. Right in brightness. Where is it? It is gone. Okay, let me go back and drag it back. Okay, you have it here, effect, and okay, let me write brightness. Okay, now let's search for brightness and contrast. Okay, drop it on, where is it? Sorry. Okay, the brightness contrast, drop it on the logo. You can see it now, and go to brightness, set it to -150 and check this use legacy. So you can see this what going to drop shadows and brightness around the logo for us. So now what we do, let's start the duplication. Let's duplicate this logo 30 times. By doing that, it will help us get all the colors in our logo. So let's do that by pressing Ctrl D. Ctrl D will duplicate your layer for you. So now we have 31. So select the second from the top and press Shift and select the second from the bottom. So we want to hide all these ones. We want to hide all. So how are we going to do it? So by pressing on this button here, you can see it is for shine. Shine means you are going to hide all. So press on one and go top, you see it here. So now it is hidden. You can see all these are hidden. So now press on the first logo and go to brightness and contrast here in the effect control panel. So delete it. When you finish, come to the second logo here, look for drop shadow. Let's drop some shadow on it. So drop shadow on the second logo here. Okay, and make the softness 100. So now you can see the logo is 3D. You have 3D, or let's say we have made it 3D. Okay, now let's go to layer, add a camera to it. So let's use the 50mm preset. Okay, now we have a camera. Choose here, use this orbit 2. You can see our, let's use it. You can see our camera or our logo is a 3D. You can see the shadows and brightness we apply to it. So now let's add another layer. Go to new, so look for null object. Let's name it cam control, and make it 3D also, and take the camera and this one and pair it to the null object. So whenever we are applying something to the null object, it will automatically apply to the camera. Okay, now on the cam control, press R on the keyboard. You can see we have orientation, you have R rotation, Y rotation, and Z rotation. Now let's take the playhead to 3 seconds and keyframe rotation, Z rotation, Y rotation, and X rotation. Okay, now take it back to 0 and press Shift S to bring the scale. Also another one, keyframe it by pressing on it. Okay, the scaling, now make the X rotation 45, the Y rotation 45, and the Z rotation 15. Okay, now you can see where it is. So now let's make the scaling 70. You can see. Okay, scaling here 70. Okay, and bring it back here and make the scaling 0 here, or 100. Make it 0. So at the start, okay, let's go back. At the start, it will scale like this and go up to 3 seconds. You can see how the logo is looking now. So let's press all and select all the keyframes and press F9 for easy in and easy out. Or you can right click and go to keyframe velocity, the influence, set it to 75. Okay, and press OK. Now let's see how it is. You can turn this one to quarter, so it won't be hard on your computer. You can see how it is rotating. You can see we are almost done. Let me play it and see. You see how it is rotating. You can change all these values to suit your need. How you want your rotation to be can be done here. It can be done here. You just change the values here to suit your. Okay, now let's add another preset to make it bright more. So go to the preset and write CC CC light sweep, this is it, and drop it on the first logo here. Okay, you can see there is the brightness here, you can see it. Take this one to 100 and you can see if you take it to 100. Okay, let's make it 50 and make this one 100 and change this one to smooth. Okay, you can see how it is. Now let's preview it and let's see how it is. You can see how sweet and nice our logo is. So I think we have to make all these 6 rotation here, ease in, ease out by pressing F9 here, or go to keyframe velocity and influence, make it 75. Okay, now you can see how our logo is moving, very nice. Okay, now let's go to our logo composition and let's animate this one to make it very nice. So now the height or the scaling we have, let's keyframe it and come back to 0 and make it 0. So now let's go to our main comp here. You see at the starting you see it small and it grows. You can see it here, small, it grows and bigger. So you can see. Now let's add a text to it. Let's add our text. Go to text, the T, and write google.com. What is it? Okay, google.com. Okay, let's change the color to something we can read because our background is white, so writing on it with white cannot be seen. Okay, change the height, the font size. Okay, you can also change the font, choose the one you like most. You can see, make it capitalized, so each word will be capital or all capitals. So now let's the font, let's see if we can give it another font. Okay, you can choose any font you want and that is good for you. Choose your own font. If this one is the one you like, you are free to use it. So now we are done with our logo. So let's preview it another time again. So let's see, it starts small and grow. You can see how it is going. So it depends on your machine speed and your graphic card. You can see I set it to quarter. If you set it to full, it will suffer small before rendering. It is not going to be speeding like you saw. You can see how it is going small. You can see this green here. So because I set it to full, that is why everything is there. So if you set it at quarter resolution, it won't suffer like it is suffering now. You see, it is coming small because we are working on 3D. So let me take it back to auto, or let me say quarter as I did. You can see the way it comes back. The sharpness, you can see the sharpness. Look at the sharpness, and let me take it to full. So this is where you see that the sharpness is different when it is on full mode. So look at the sharpness and the way it is. This one is nicer than the quarter resolution. So let's have patience and have this full resolution done. So you see how the logo is in full resolution. So let's give it a minute and you'll see it in full resolution. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have learned something new, please give us thumb up and also subscribe to our channel. It is very important. Also, don't forget to leave comment and tell us how we are doing in this channel. So I thank you all and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. And now, if you have reached this level, you can, what do you call it, you can export your video by going to add to Adobe Media Encoder or go to Render Queue. Each you choose will take you to render. It will render your video for you, and you can do the settings to get a quality video. So I will stop here and see you next time. You can see our logo here. So thank you very much. Bye.